from a leadership and a coaching standpoint, the first thing that we want to do is, and this would be a really valuable thing for all of you to teach the people that are on your team, especially people that are struggling with fear. Helping them understand that fear is a result of a red light story. So prospecting is typically an area where we feel fear. So that the fear should actually become the cue for us to tell us that in that moment, we're telling ourselves a story that's causing us to feel that way. Now, let's think of what's another way to define fear. All fear is it's imagining that this thing that you're about to do or that you want to do is not going to go the way that you want. So you're imagining a negative outcome for something you haven't even done yet. Now, most people, they're not even aware that they do this to themselves. It's completely unconscious. They make up these stories. You know, I haven't talked to this person in a while. They're going to be, you know, they're going to be upset at me for reaching out about a business, or, you know, they're going to know I just want to sell them, or they're not going to be interested. They're going to think less of me. I'm going to do it wrong. I might not have the right thing to say. We're constantly imagining that things are not going to go the way that we want. And because that's what we call a red light story, because in the moment we tell us that story, that's why we feel paralyzed. So you've done a great thing, Cheryl, is you've taught her how to recognize the story, because that alone can be life-changing, because what it does is it helps us break the pattern and realize when we're doing it to ourselves. Now, that's just the first step, though. It's not going to mean that she's still not going to feel the fear and that she's still not going to be stuck, right? So here's what you need to teach her how to do is, in that moment, ask her, how do you want to feel sharing your products and or business, right? Identify the feelings that you want to feel. Well, I want to feel confident. I want to feel authentic. I want to feel excited. And you say, great. What's the story that you would need to tell yourself to feel those things? And this is when you mention your green light story. See, here's where your job as a leader is. You've got to coach them how to write a green light story around what you do in your business. So what's the green light story that you need to be telling yourself every day as you are going out there and sharing your products and sharing your business with people? And unless you've got a story that really hits home with you, resonates, inspires, this is not a personal story. This is just her, you know, it's like lip service. I got a great product. Okay, great. That doesn't make me feel any different. You want to know what does make me feel different, Cheryl? I am not a salesperson. I am a paid problem solver. And I have a gift to offer people. And there are people that I know out there right now that are struggling, that need what I have to offer. And no longer am I going to be so selfish to allow my own fear and self-doubt get in the way of me changing other people's lives. That sounds a little bit different, doesn't it? And maybe for her, it's identifying what's the problem. Why is she here? What's the problem that she wants to solve? Well, let's just say, I want to bring my husband home from work because he works so hard and I don't want him to have to do that. Well, then part of her green light story is that if I want to be able to give my husband the gift of bringing him home from work so we can be closer as a family, then, and all I have to do is go out there every day and share what I have with the world. And I know if I do that long enough that this dream can someday become a reality, then that's going to be the place that I take action from. Or how about this? People say, no, it's not no to me. It's no to themselves. Right. It's never no. It's a matter of timing. How about success is not defined by yes or no? Success is defined by love, serve, grow. I am successful every day that I am showing up from a place of service, and I am extending myself past my fear through courage so I can grow. And every day I am successful when I do those two things. I'm not going to worry about the yeses or nos. I'm not going to attach myself to the end result. See, these are the kinds of stuff, like, you see, I'm getting fired up just talking about it. I ain't even doing it. But you got to fire yourself up every single day. What's that story for you? It's going to be different for every one of you. Find the story that literally when you tell yourself about what you do, you are so on fire and so inspired to get out there and do what you do, share your gift with the world. You better find that story. And that's what we want to, now this is what I'm going to teach all of you how to do in the challenge next week. But Cheryl, your job as a leader is to be able to coach people through this. You know, you want to know one of the best ways you can do this? Share your story. Hey, here's my story. Here's how I look at what I do. Maybe this will inspire you to think about what that might be for you. All right. So, hey, listen, over here on Clubhouse, we do not have anybody else right now that has their hand raised. So if you have a question for me about leadership, get that hand up. Let me know. Over here on Instagram, somebody asked, so is our green light story our why? It could be part of it. You know, part of your reason why you're doing it becomes the motivation to get you to do it. But the other side of having a green light perspective is realizing that it's not really about you. If you're only focused on your own needs, if you're only focused on what you can get from doing your business, that's a sales mindset. And you will always struggle with fear if you're thinking about selling. See, what you really need to do is you need to tap into service. See, a service mindset is you focus on other people. You realize you're not a salesperson, you're a paid problem solver. And that gives you the inspiration to be able to push past your fear. When you're focusing on service and other people, fear starts to dissipate. So that's really the secret here.